Chad Conan, Waco Tribune Herald. Chloe, can you just take us through the play for the winning bucket?
It was the same play we ran yesterday against Oregon, 5-game, and she told me just get to the basket. If the wing helps over, then kick it to Juicy. If not, just get all the way to the rim, and that's what I did.
Question right here in front.
Doug Feinberg, the AP. Kalani, I remember you saying your goal is to get to the Final Four, winning the Final Four the first time, but now you've done everything by winning the national championship. How does it feel to add that to your resume?
Feels great. It was the last thing on my checklist, and now I checked it off. So I'm happy.
Question in the back, Michelle.
Michelle Smith, NCAA.com. Actually, for any of you, because you all were on the floor, when Lauren got hurt, can you just talk about what was going through everybody's head? And I saw you guys kind of pull everybody together, but what were you guys thinking in that moment?
Can you start that, Chloe, and then we'll go down the line?
It was tough when she went down. Obviously, that's our leader, one of our leaders, obviously, Lonnie. But we just had to come together. Our motto is together to Tampa, and we just had to stick together. We knew it was going to be tough without her, but we had to do it for her. So that's what was going through our head.
Question down here in front.
Okay.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. With Lauren out of the game, how big was Alyssa for Kalani, I guess? How big was Alyssa and how she played until she fouled out?
Alyssa got some big baskets. You know, she came in there like she would not be denied. She gave us that spark for sure, because it was like we said, we don't miss a beat when they sub in.
Question right here.
Ava Wallace with Washington Post. Chloe, you didn't score in the first half against Oregon yesterday, and you have your Baylor career high tonight. Where did that come from for it to happen tonight in the biggest moment probably in your collegiate career?
I just want to come out today being more aggressive. I knew they were obviously going to be on our post players, and I would have some open looks. So just coming out early, looking for my shot, just taking what the defense was giving me. But really the confidence came from my teammates and my coaches. They gave me the confidence that I needed to go in there and be confident and knock down shots.
Down here in front.
Kalani, when the final horn sounded, you went directly to Lauren on the bench and gave her a big hug. What did you tell her? What did y'all kind of share in that moment, if you don't mind?
I just told her we did this for you, you know. When she went down, I could say we got a little rattled, but we had to pull it together and pull it out for her, because we know the whole time she was coaching on the sideline. She was still involved when she came out of that tunnel, and I just think that speaks volumes of her character. So I was just like, we did it for you, babe.
Question right here.
Thanks. Howard Merdahi, Post Hoops. Congratulations to you all. Chloe, question for you. With 9:26 to go, you pick up your fourth foul. In that moment, take me through what that was like with Kim, what that was like in your own mind, and and what followed from that decision in your mind.
I just looked at Coach Mulkey, and she was just like, "You have 4," and I was like, "Okay," and I was like, "I got you. I'm not going to foul out." I knew my team needed me, so I just had to play good defense and not pick up another one. Just stay composed.
Question here in the aisle.
Leo Haggerty, Night Sports Production, Sports Magazine, and Fighting Words Sports Radio. DiDi, starting with you and working our way down. Hi there. Notre Dame's been a fourth quarter team. You didn't expect them to just fold the tent and go home, did you?
We didn't. We kind of knew they was holding something in their bag. We was winning the whole game by, a good amount. So we kind of knew they was going to come the way they came in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they got hot that fourth quarter. With everything going on, it's easy to get rattled and, fall apart, but we didn't. So we just had to hold it together.
We knew that they don't start the game out very well, so we knew eventually they were going to definitely start hitting shots and just attacking us, and they did just that.
Next question here in the aisle.
Kelly Whiteside, New York Times. For Kalani, can you just reflect on closing the circle in this way with Coach Mulkey, who you've known for so long?
It's definitely going to be hard leaving Baylor, but I left on a good note. And I just want to thank Coach Mulkey for choosing me because this is the best thing ever. I don't even know because, I don't know. I'm just proud to be a part of this team.
Question in the back.
Chloe, on the shirts that your parents wore, did you have any input on them, or was that all their idea?
I did not have not one input. It was a surprise seeing it. My mom told me during the autograph session they were getting shirts, and I'm like, well, what shirts? Like, why aren't you guys here? But sure enough, they had my face on them. So.
Okay, at this time we're gonna send the student athletes back to the locker room. That will be open until 10 o'clock, and we will start with questions for Coach Mulkey. We'll start right here with
I'm
Michelle.
going to give an opening statement tonight. Is that okay? I may never get this chance again. I want to thank the NCAA Women's Basketball Committee. They got it right. They got it right on geography as best they could. Geography's going to always play a part, but they most importantly got it right on the S-curve. And the city of Tampa, what great memories my basketball team has just going to Tourneytown, signing autographs. The hotel, we're at the Grand Hyatt, which was way far away. But the Tampa police made me feel like Moses when they were parting the sea. They would stop the traffic, and the kids just got a kick out of filming that. And then lastly, I'm not a hockey fan. I really didn't grow up watching hockey, but I'm going to watch the Lightning because I drank all their water and all their Coke. So you guys replenish that coach's locker room, and good luck to them in the Stanley Cup. Notre Dame, do I even need to tell you how good they are? They're the defending national champions, can score at all positions. Played a zone against us. I don't think people thought we could score against a zone. We scored a lot of points. Just a great game for women's basketball. The worst part of the game was Lauren Cox. We controlled that game from the start till the time she went off the floor, and we had to regroup. And for us to win probably was a miracle in itself when you lose a player of that caliber. Not only the talent she has, but she's our leader, people. She's our leader. And for her to come back out on that bench and help those teammates and tell them things, and Alyssa Smith having to go out there and guard a senior post player, you knew they were going to expose her on the defensive end, but she never let it rattle her. She came back, and every time she'd give up a basket, she'd make a basket. So that is my opening statement, and I'm done.
Question here from Michelle.
Michelle Smith, NCAA.com. Kim, you gave your eye makeup a workout after the game was over. Can you talk about where all that emotion came from?
It starts with Lauren Cox. For 2 years in a row, we've had major injury to key players. Christy Wallace gets hurt and tears her ACL in the last regular season conference game, and it cost us. It cost us an opportunity to get here last year. And when she went down and didn't get up, I know my kids. I knew she was seriously injured. And but from the time I left her on that floor to get to that huddle, I needed to regroup. I needed to regroup, and I needed to make them understand we're going to still win this basketball game. It'll be a little bit tougher now, but we've got a battle, and we did.
Question here in the front row, Jerry.
Kim, seemed like a little bit out of sync, obviously, particularly on the defensive end to start the fourth quarter. But how big was Chloe to close out like that? I guess the same play basically she ran the other night.
I'm so glad you paid attention. It was the same play. Set a screen for Chloe at the top and duck your head, and you get in there and you score it. Now, she had to go in there with Turner getting ready to alter and block, potentially block her shot. And I told her, don't get rid of it unless the girl in the corner, who's our shooter, that defender comes over and tries to take a charge or something, then you kick it out. Chloe just never gets rattled. You know, she gave up a lot of threes to Mabry there, but she never got rattled.
Question here for Doug.
Kim, Doug Feinberg, the AP. That last possession by them, I mean, I got to think you knew it was probably going to go to Enrique based
No
on
way.
last year.
No way did I think that. Of course I did.
She draws the foul. I mean, you probably think, okay, we're going to overtime and such. What was going through your head in those last few seconds?
Well, if you'll remember, they had no timeouts. They go out there and get set. I call a timeout. What did I tell them at that point? I was trying to make a decision. Do I leave Moon, who hadn't been in the game much, on her with speed, quickness? She's a strong kid. Or do I move Juicy on her? So that was the first decision I was trying to make. The second thing I was trying to tell Moon is whatever you do, give up a 2, but don't give up a 3. And then I told her, be alert to the down screen. I thought they would down screen for her, try to bring her up, and maybe go for the win. And Moon had three-quartered her pretty good, but she just made one quick move, and they threw it quick, and she just turned and ducked her head, which all great players are trying to draw the foul there.
Question right here.
Kim, with, like you said, Lauren out and you had to regroup, and then Alyssa goes out, and Chloe and DiDi each had 4 fouls. A lot of your weapons that you used to win games this year were gone. Did you feel like you had to invent a new way for this team to win a game at the end?
Well, yeah. I went with 4 guards. If you'll remember, I didn't put Queen in the game. When Alyssa went out and fouled out, I had to make a quick decision then. And I just thought, DiDi 6'1", battle your rear end off in there at the post, get a rebound for us, and go with her at the 4. And I haven't done that all year. And I thought that she did fine because I put Moon in instead of Queen Egbo.
Question down here in the aisle.
Hi, Tim. Howard Magdal, High Post Hoops. Congratulations. Just a two-parter on Chloe. The first part is specific to that moment, 9:26 to go in the game, and she gets her 4th foul. Just your thinking, your strategy. And then the second part is just what you think she showed WNBA talent evaluators tonight with the kind of game that she had and what kind of player she'll be.
Well, I trusted her. I trusted DiDi. There is no tomorrow, so why sit them on the bench? If they foul out, they foul out, and then I'm ripped from shreds by y'all and we lose the game because we didn't sub. I get all that. But I have to trust my kids. And our best chance of winning the basketball game when we were losing the momentum at that point with Cox gone was to have those kids on the floor. The WNBA, I can't answer that. I can't control what people think. I can only tell you she's a national champion. See, they need y'all in the Baylor locker room. Y'all can go. I can tell you she's played that position 1 year in college, and I think she's been just so good playing that position for us. She keeps it simple. She doesn't try to juke and jive and go one-on-one and shoot this and shoot that. She keeps the game simple. And she gets the ball to people who need the basketball. And then she's a great mid-range shooter. And all our inbounds tonight, a lot of them were for Chloe. And she had some rattle in and out.
Question
You're
down here in
welcome.
the aisle.
Coach, congratulations. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. No one's going to accuse you of backing into this, are they?
I hope not. You know, a lot of people thought we had the easiest region to get here. Well, when you're the overall #1 seed, you should have the easiest region. But we weren't playing in our backyard. We had to go East Coast time and play in Greensboro. We got home at 1:30 in the morning. We had to leave at 5 p.m. the same day. And we're moving on fumes, but it's a great kind of tired. Guys, that wasn't a fluke out there. So don't sit here and write, Baylor lucked up and won on some miraculous shot or they played over their head. If you look at the stats, hell, we shot 60-something% and 50-something% in the first half. Cox goes down and we still keep it up there pretty high. And that's against just a very good team that played a lot of zone that I don't think people thought we could attack a zone because we don't shoot enough threes. Well, The old school won a national championship. Whatever that means, I don't know what old school means. I just know how to win. And you do what your personnel is capable of doing.
Question here from Doug.
Kim, we talked yesterday about family, and at the end you had Mackenzie, and Ken Reed together on the ladder. I mean, how special is that for you to share this with them?
Well, I can tell you how special family is. I'm bawling my eyes out. I shake the hands of the Notre Dame staff and players, and I turn around to go talk to Holly Rowe, and my phone is put in my face, and it's my son FaceTiming me with all his Cardinals teammates. And he's screaming, they're screaming, I'm screaming at him. Holly's pulling me to go on TV, and I'm like, sir, there's just some things that are more important than an interview. He just needed to talk to his mom. So the tears kept flowing. And then, I was emotional from Cox's injury. That kid, if she didn't get hurt, and she will be back, God works in mysterious ways, would have been the number one probably pick in the draft next year. That kid probably would have been Defensive Player of the Year nationally next year. That's how good she is. And she will be back. I promise you that. It may take her a year. We'll rest her. We'll do whatever. But you're right about that, because that kid's going to start winning awards that she should have won this year. But she got overlooked because she's on a great team, and those stats don't just, bam, jump out at you.
Take one final question here.
Russ Steinberg, High Post Hoops. 17 games this year that Alyssa scored in double figures. Had another great game tonight. Just wondering if coming into this year, did you expect that kind of contribution from her? And just seeing what she did tonight, how excited are you to see what she can do going forward?
Without a doubt. Probably should have played her more with Cox and Kalani and put Cox on the perimeter some. But she has ice water in her veins. Alyssa thinks she can score on every shot she shoots. What she has really worked on, and we will continue to work with her, is on the defensive end. She's a freshman. And you saw them expose her some on the screen and things like that tonight. She'll get better at that. And I don't know this to be true, but she may be the first kid from San Antonio, I was told, to win a national championship in forever or years or whatever. So check that stat out. So I'm happy for her in her hometown of San Antonio.